Welcome to Hella Headlines, and today is Friday, September 4th, and it is the Friday before Labor Day weekend 2020. And of course, for many of you, at least we're here on the West Coast in California, we are still on major lockdown. And a couple of things that might be helpful for small businesses. We have some small business headlines, so let's jump right into it. The next deadline for small businesses to apply for the COVID-19 Business Emergency Relief Grants from Lowe is this coming Monday. The nonprofit Local Initiative Support Corporation is giving out grants ranging from $5,000 to $20,000 thanks to the home improvement chain's $55 million contribution. In July, Lowe's doubled its contribution to the coronavirus pandemic aid. Applications are being accepted through 11:59 p.m. Eastern Time, September 7th, this coming Monday, and the sixth round of relief grants. The grants do not need to be repaid and will provide immediate relief for critical needs such as rent, payroll, and operational expenses to keep businesses running. Very important. And if you have a picnic planned for this weekend, make sure that you squeeze in a little bit of time to maybe do a little extra homework here. Our second story is from Forbes.com and contributing author Bill Dunkelberg, who is the chief economist for the National Federation of Independent Businesses. They ran a survey and they were trying to find out what the impact of COVID is now that we are 6 months into the government-created recession. So they noted that the output of the economy, or the GDP, has plunged 33%, primarily because consumers have been instructed to lock down at home and many businesses told to close. So of course, this is there are lots of variables state by state, and some of it is, like I mentioned, I'm in California. We are still under major lock and key in this state. The policies were effective at stemming the flow of dollars as well as they were at stopping COVID, and perhaps even more effective at stopping the spread of dollars. You mentioned that small businesses produce about half of the private sector GDP and employ about half of all private sector workers in the United States. And they dominate sectors such as non-professional services, including restaurants, barbershops, gyms, and dry cleaners. He was saying that the dramatic reduction in sales experienced by most firms was a shock that demanded an immediate response. So digging a little bit further into this, when they put the survey out, owners responded quickly. The survey asked respondents about their future prospects. 5% of the business owners in the August survey said that they would last less than 3 months under current economic conditions. 16% figured they'd last maybe 6 months, 19% said about a year, and 62% think they might be able to operate for more than a year under current conditions. About half of owners report sales that are 50% less than pre-COVID levels, which is a very difficult situation for anyone to survive in. The key, they said, to survival is more sales, more foot traffic, and less restricted government regulation, combined with consumers feeling safer and then willing to come out and actually spend money. In the meantime, almost half the owners will need additional financial support to maintain employment and pay their bills in the near term. The survey obviously doesn't hit everybody. I'm connecting the link to the Forbes.com article below. Would love to hear from you, your comments about what's happening and what are you experiencing where you are. Is it better? Is it worse? How do you feel? What is your business going through? And do you have anything else you'd like to add to that? Because their comments are actually being read by people who actually make policy. So let's give them an earful. Our third story today comes courtesy of the UK, and I had to pull this just because the absurdity of it just takes everything to a whole new level and kind of lets you know where everybody's mind is at the moment about a salon. And it's not the one that we're talking about here in the US. It's not about this controversy surrounding a certain salon in San Francisco and a certain politician. This one's from Stroud in Gloucestershire in the UK. A small business owner by the name of Alison Birch said she placed an advertisement for a happy, part-time, fully qualified stylist on the Job Center website this last Wednesday. An hour and a half later, after posting this ad, she's amazed. She says she gets a call and they said, "We can't put your advert up because you have a discriminatory word in it and we need to change it. You're not allowed to use the word happy in case somebody thinks they can't apply because they're not a happy person." She originally thought it was a client winding her up, and then she realized it was the Job Center. And she was adamant. She did not want to change it. She said, I only want happy people, but I'm too scared now to advertise my job in case I discriminate against somebody. Surely, she said, by asking for happy applicants, I won't make unhappy people even more unhappy by not offering them a job. Anyhow, I haven't had an application yet, and I'm still looking for a stylist. However, the DWP, which is the people who run the job center there, issued a statement saying, we mistakenly advised a customer to amend a job ad, but since have offered to repost the original copy and apologize for their error. I'm kind of guessing maybe they got a little bit of blowback about this. Have a great weekend, and make sure that you turn in a Lowe's application if you want to get some of that funding for small businesses that's still available. Everything else is pretty much drying up, and it might be one of the few options you have. Thanks for listening. We'll talk to you soon.